guys!
Hi everyone and welcome to another After 8.
Yeah, and this week we're going to have a look at the subject of freedom and start with a little video.
So sit back and enjoy.
Well, we hope you enjoyed that little clip that we put together, and it maybe gives you a bit of a thought about where freedom begins.
And where captivity ends. Jesus tells this really cool story about going the extra mile.
Yeah, he says, bearing in mind that Israel was an occupied country, he said that what you should do when a Roman tells you you've got to carry his bag for a mile towards his destination, he said you should walk too.
Why do you think he said that?
Well, under the power of the Romans, the Roman legionnaire had every right to ask him to walk 1 mile. They had no right to walk more than that with him.
So if a person walked 2 miles with him, what difference would have that made to the Roman? Why would he walk 2 miles? You only had to walk 1.
The Roman would have been really happy because he didn't have to carry his bag for 2 miles. But the guy who'd been told he had to carry it for a mile would have actually been the one who made a choice. And instead of having to do something, he chose to do so.
So did he not choose freedom then?
He was free because it was then his choice, wasn't it?
So what do you want freedom from?
Yeah, other things that really seem to just hold you captive, that you can't get away from. Anything you do making no difference at all. You think you've escaped, but you haven't.
Yeah, freedom doesn't just have to be freedom from slavery, but it can be freedom from illness, bad thoughts.
Any form of addiction, I suppose. Even freedom from whatever circumstances you find that you were in.
So have you ever done something and then really kicked yourself about it afterwards? Like, like you're the worst enemy in all of this because you're like, why the heck did I do that?
Yeah.
And it really just grows on your mind and it just doesn't leave you alone and it doesn't make you feel great.
No, and you can beat yourself up forever about it.
Yeah.
That's even if it's just you doing the beating up. Might be lots of other people beating you up about it as well.
Yeah, so quite often we can be our harshest critic.
And we can be held captive by things that have gone on in the past.
Forgiveness can be a form of freedom. Because in forgiveness, you actually end up empowering yourself, maybe even more than the person you forgave.
Yeah, and if we can learn to forgive something that's gone on in the past, then not just us, but they can also leave it behind so that it doesn't sort of weigh you down.
Yeah, it's far too easy to be eaten up by past memories that really ain't great.
Yeah, and if we forgive ourselves and forgive other people, then we can leave it behind. I've got a question for you.
What's that?
Is freedom being able to do anything you want to do? Yeah, there's another verse in the Bible that says it was for freedom that Jesus set us free. What does that mean?
As Christians, we're asked to do more than what is required of us. So, to go the extra mile.
To kind of volunteer.
Yeah, volunteer, but also live and act a lot like Jesus did. And Jesus gives us the perfect example of how to live a life that's free.
Even though he was crucified.
Yeah, even though Jesus died on the cross, he lived a life that was completely free because it was on his own free will.
Yeah, and his choice when he died on the cross was to do his Father's will. Because it was in God's plan. And through Jesus dying on the cross is where we get our freedom. Freedom from all those things that we talked about earlier that maybe under our own strength we can't get away from.
Yeah, by believing in Jesus as the Son of God and in believing God himself, we can be lifted from all of the bad things we've ever done and actually have freedom.
So, when you're thinking this week about what you want to do, maybe what you can do, and you can't do something, maybe you're going to have to think about what really freedom is all about.